podcast. Are we ready?
Yes, and welcome to a very spooky edition of the school morning show because it's Friday the 13th. Something interesting that, before we get too crazy into the show, whatever. Can you guess when the last Friday the 13th was in March?
Whoa, I have no idea.
It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind.
Friday the
Very
was it
spooky.
13 years ago?
No, even worse. So the very last Friday the 13th in March, which is today, was 6 years ago, the day COVID started.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So
Okay.
either today is going to be
Cut.
weird or, hey, actually, I heard some people saying this is our chance for like a timeline reset. So let's just put all of our energy together and let's reset the past 6 years today. We're taking back Friday the 13th.
Sure, we'll go with that. That's so funny. I that was a wild time. It's crazy to think that was 6 years ago and how much has happened between now and then.
Oh my Lord, a lot of things have happened. But yeah,
Yes.
maybe we're on a better path now. Today let's just reclaim this Friday the 13th. It's going to be a better day.
Yes. And so, welcome to everybody that is watching us go live right now. We have switched some things around. And so now, if you want to communicate with us while we're live, you can do so by going to the post that is in What is School. And we will start pulling up the comments from that section now.
Yes. Yeah. Post on any comments or questions, post under Jenna's post there. I'll put them up on screen.
Yes, it'll be a lot of fun. All right, so if you have been around for a bit, you've probably seen like the different things that are on Skool Discovery, and you've seen tons of different schools out there. There's schools on pickleball, crocheting, and different types of like calligraphy and fun. Or then there's schools about school, right? Or
Lots of schools about school.
AI. But what are some of the schools like? Because we think about it, they've been advertising for getting a lot of different people onto school. If you've seen a school ad, it's like, hey, if you do woodworking, we want you on school.
Yes.
What do you think is missing on school now?
I actually thought of a great one. So, as a person with ADHD, there's a lot of those on school. We get hyper focused on things. So there was one summer where I got very, very hyper focused on building a turtle pond in my backyard, and I found a couple of YouTubers that only make content about digging up holes in your backyard and making these waterfalls and turtle ponds. And it's so interesting, and it's like a pretty huge niche. Like they get hundreds of thousands of views, and it's really big on Reddit. And I'm really surprised that there's not one specifically for that yet. And if I was more educated about it, I might even start one. But I never took it that far.
That I would have never thought to have a turtle pond in your backyard, but that makes sense because then don't turtles like actually bury themselves for winter?
I have a turtle. Maybe I should test it next winter.
That sounds so scary for a test. Something that I thought was missing from school, and we'd love to hear from you guys on like what you think is missing from school. But
Yes.
one of the things that I would really love to have is like an active. So there might be someone that's like made one, but then they're not an active school. I would love to have an active TCM practitioner on school. And TCM practitioners are traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, because I feel like that's something that they can do virtually and help people with. But it's like going to find one that's like really good is hard to travel to. Or like I know I used to drive like 6 hours to go see a TCM practitioner. So it would be really nice to be able to have someone in school where I could just go to and just ask them questions,
Yeah, there should be some more like health type schools on the making a community like that. I haven't really seen too many in general. That's a good idea.
Another one that I would love to see is, have you ever noticed that like sometimes there's these like unique type of collectors? Like we have Jesse, one of the moderators, has a Hot Wheel collector
That's
community, but
right.
I would love to see. There's this trend where somebody said they were going to get 365 buttons for the year, and it's just like random buttons. Like they just wanted a jar full of 365 buttons,
I
and
saw that.
they're like, it doesn't have to make sense to you. It just has to make sense to me.
You know what's
It's
crazy
so
about
funny.
that? It made that skit, that comment made it onto Saturday Night Live. So someone literally went so viral with a comment, not even a post, a comment that it made mainstream TV. That was wild.
That's crazy. But what if there was like a school about that? You know?
I would join a button collecting school. I love collecting things. I used to collect Pokemon cards when I was a kid,
Hmm.
and now I like to collect like old like memorabilia of things. So I like old tins from like the 50s and 40s. I got a whole shelf of those. It's pretty cool.
I would be the rock collector. You know how they're like girls, for some reason, girls just love rocks. I'm like, yes, yes. I see a cool rock, I'm going to grab it. It's like I need it. So that would be really cool. Um, there is one school, like when we start to look at School Discovery, something that shocked me is there's one school that's always been like on the main number one page.
Yes.
And they are insanely active. So it takes a lot to become a level 9 inside school. And I know that because I did that inside schoolers, and it was like, it was a long time to be level 9. But they have like probably the most level 9s in their community. And I wanted to show you guys because it's called the Brotherhood of Scent. And they are still active to this day. So they started back. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
That is really impressive to get to level 9 because I've been in the school community, the main school community schoolers, the same amount of time as you, and
Hmm.
I haven't even hit level 8 yet. We'll probably hit level 8 in the next couple of weeks. But the fact
Hmm.
that they had so many people hitting level 9 is wild. So let me get you full screen here.
Yeah. So when you come to the discovery page, obviously these are like all the top schools right now, and here they are in number 25. And it's a public community, so it's the most active public community that I've seen. And when you come to this community, you can click on the owner, and you'll see that he's been here since January 20th, 2024. And let's come in here and look at the leaderboard because this is insane. Look at how many points they have: 305,000 points for the top one. And they still have active people every single day. Um, Now, for me, I don't really, obviously, I can't join because I'm not a Brotherhood of Scent people, you know. But I've been interested because I noticed that inside their classroom, like they have VIP and premium, all those different things, and they every single day they're talking about the different types of scents they have and which kind they're buying. This tells me that it doesn't matter what kind of school you want. It could literally be about your cologne, your perfume, whatever, and people are going to be going crazy and active if you design it and show up in a way to like share what you're passionate about. You know, Eric, you're not on screen.
Sorry. What do you think
Oh.
they're doing to get so much engagement?
That I think that they're just one, they're showing up themselves, right? They're being active. And I think that they encourage people to share what they love, you know? So that's one of the things that I think is important when you have any kind of school is that you make a school where people are sharing their interests and then they can bond over them so that there's something for them to talk about, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you should make a sisterhood of scent.
Sisterhood of Scent.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Whoever, whichever woman out there is like super into perfume, you should make a Sisterhood of Scents just so that you can see if we can, the ladies can outdo
Yeah.
the guys, you know?
I have
That'd be
found
so
that to
fun.
be probably the most difficult part about running a community is getting your members talking. Because when you first start, you care about your community more than everybody, which is, you should be, you're the owner. But getting people talking, like, what do you do? I mean, I've heard some people say, DM your people and, ask them to comment, but like, how do you even go about that?
Yeah, I think that for them, they obviously have lives that they do. If you look at their calendar, it's not all the time, but they do have some. And then they well, see, they already pinned something right now. See how active they are? That's crazy. Um, but they hear from their people. Like when you look at one of their pin posts, they want to hear from you, like what micro course they should build next. So it is based on the wants of the people, and they get to be involved. So you don't really have to have like your courses figured out, or you don't have to know what you're going to do next, because with a community it's not about just what you want or what you want to provide and what you're teaching. You're not the guru. You're just showing up and saying, "Hey, what do we collectively want to do together? What do we want to talk about next?" And so it's kind of like you all get to go into like a hyperfixation based on a topic that you guys already like together, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been in online communities since like the early 2000s. My very first community I ever started was a Pokemon community on MSN Chat. I don't know if you,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember those. And there would be, hundreds of people in there just talking about Pokemon. And I love to see it because something I like about school versus just a regular course selling business
Mm-hmm.
is you don't have to make a course right away. Like I actually, when I made my
True.
community, I created an entire super like 8 hour long course. And then I realized by the end of it, I'm just wasting my time here because what if I get in there and they don't even need or want any of this? You know what I mean?
Very. That's like some people get annoyed too because they'll make a community and they're like, nobody's going into the classroom. I'm like, yeah, because the classroom isn't why they came. They came to like be with the people. That's the difference with the whole community thing. Um, when you talked about the MSN chats, what I remember of those is that it was like you're not allowed to get on online chats, and you
Yeah,
just had to try like sneak and try to find your way of like being on and like communicating with others because it was dangerous back then.
it
Still
was.
dangerous now, but
It is.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. My parents definitely should not have been letting me do that.
Yeah. We somehow survived, right?
We did. We survived the 90s.
Well, one thing that I wanted to share is so when it comes down to discovery, like the reason why we all want to rank really good is because people are going to find us there. This is how you can get members from people that just join Skool and are looking for things that they're interested in. Because a lot of times people are coming to a community, they find out, like, let's say I came here for pickleball. Well, I start using the pickleball school and I really enjoy it. But then I'm like, I really like this format. I wonder, and I see the little like the discovery drop down. I'm like, well, I wonder what other communities are out there. Or if it's in a hobby community, you're going to see communities show up on the side and it suggests them. So with the discovery, like they're changing things. If you've been watching Skool News, this is like one of their priorities this year is to improve discovery so that they can help you get more members. And they really do, like, that's one of their priorities is to improve discovery because they care about the Skool communities enough. Like, it's not just about getting more Skool communities, it's about also getting those Skool communities members.
Yeah.
And I think it was Kirby and Sam that were talking about that on Skool News. So if that is their goal, like, just I know you've been on like TikTok, Eric, and you've probably seen other businesses grow. There was a time when like TikTok was called Musically and they were advertising mostly for people that would dance, and then at one point they advertised for people that to just use TikTok, like get on TikTok to find things that you'd be interested in. Do you remember that?
I'm still dancing. I don't know what you're talking about.
True, true. But it was an interesting switch. It was like it went from it wanted more people using it and creating content to then it was them trying to find people to watch that content. So
Right.
that makes sense. Like just from a standpoint of like watching and observing what Skool's doing is they've done a lot to make sure that there's enough communities on here that whenever someone goes to the discovery page, they're likely going to find a community that would be interesting to them, right?
Yes.
That's why there's so many different options on the first page. And then when you go throughout, you'll find the different types of communities that are doing well and are like worth being in and talking about. So if that is what they're wanting to do, right? Like if that's their goal is to get the communities and then get more members for the communities, there's a couple of things I think we can do to go ahead and like prepare for when they're ready to go into that phase of like just really vamping up discovery so that we can all get more members. So that's what I wanted to go over for the informational side. Is that cool with you?
Please do it. I would love to hear it.
All right. So I think when we come to discovery, it's the good cover image is one of the important things. And you'll see that when you go inside of, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. When you come down here, it'll talk about like high quality artwork on the about page and having an interesting niche, having authentic and human engagement. Like you wouldn't want to have bots or just spam in there, and
Hmm.
having like an active owner. Like you do need to show up. So those are some of the things for ranking on discovery. But when we come here, this is what they consider like good artwork.
It does look
And that's
good.
important, you know, because people are going to be visually looking at this and then probably making a decision on if they'll read it. Because like when I go through here, I scroll and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And so then I read what it's about.
It's kind of the
Is
same
that how?
deal as like a YouTube thumbnail. You know, you want to, it's got to grab your attention. It's a hook.
Exactly. Yeah, like this guy, he is an actor. And like I think he was even seen maybe in Stranger Things, something like that. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like learn from Netflix actors. And so it grabs your attention right away. And
Alex Ramosi.
there he is. Yep. Be like, go in there. He has a really cool one. Maybe we should talk about that next time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to someone yesterday. They were asking how they can get their discovery ranking up. And I noticed that she didn't have a cover image at all. So that's
Oh
step
no.
one. There's a lot of people that don't even make one. And so that would be
Yeah,
step one, probably.
true. Mikey, you see him on TikTok all the time, like
Yeah.
he's live. And so
Mikey's
I
the
think
man.
it's yeah, it's so important though too. If you see him live every single day, then you need to see an image of him
Yep.
because it's a thing that you would automatically recognize. So if I didn't know Mikey, but I had been scrolling TikTok and then I get on School and then I see him and I'm like, "Oh, I know that guy. I recognize him."
Hmm.
And so then I would click on it. So the second thing that I think is important is the group description. Now, a lot of people spend a lot of time on their about page, but if you think about it, when you're in discovery, this little part right here is the reason why somebody's going to choose to click. And so
Yeah.
what I've told people before is that make it so easy to understand and make it so compelling that somebody goes, I need to know more. Like that's what this should do. Is it should be so clear that it is like, okay, I think I need this and I think I need to know more about like how do I get to that? Because that's when they'll click and read the about page. And something I shared inside What is School last night actually is Mark. He's the creator success manager with our community, like with school itself. Like he reaches out whenever somebody that has like a huge following is coming to school and he helps them with launching. It's part of his job and role at school. Well, he's making videos on YouTube. And if you come to his YouTube, you'll just see it's all about making sure that it helps you also launch and have a good school. But he made this video right here, and it is all about your one sentence offer. And this is what I would consider is probably a good place to put for your group description, right?
Yeah. And his videos are great, by the way. And I love that they're like concise and they're not like super long. And you can just, it gives a lot of really good information. So if you're not following him, definitely go check out Mark.
Yes. In fact, it's like, I don't know how I've seen people try to explain what school games is and like, how do you win? And he was able to do it in 4 minutes and 18 seconds. And
Right.
it's like
That's the way all
the
of his
best
videos
way.
are. It's my favorite way to get information. Just the facts. I don't need any other stuff.
But with this, it was really interesting how he described the one the one sentence offer and how clear it is. It's like it should make you when you read it, it should be almost like you're like an elevator pitch, I guess, in a way, or also
Kind of.
like I don't know, if you saw like maybe a tagline too,
Yeah.
when we're thinking marketing wise. And I think that if you would go through it, it would help you with just understanding like what you need, and then get feedback. That's the other part, is like go back and find other people and be like, hey, does this sound good? Does this make sense? I offered for people to go ahead and share some of theirs, and they have. And so I'm going to be going back and like reading them and then
Oh,
looking
that's
at their
fun.
about page to see if it does make sense to me, because it's a very important part of being found.
Well, what'd you say would make a good one sentence offer? Because I see so many like people, they're not really talking about the outcome. Like they're just kind of talking about like, we have 4 calls a week. We got a 30-hour course. But like I've heard Mark say before, no one wakes up one morning and say, hey, I would love to go through a 30-hour course. It's like maybe you
Right.
should talk about like, what do you get out of that? So what else would you say would make a good one sentence offer as far as to put on your about page?
I think it should tell somebody, like for the group description, it should say exactly what it is, and then like why should they choose this one? Because it's gonna set you out, make it set you apart from the other ones out there. So if I'm looking at like his pickleball school versus any other ones, it says learn strategies to play better pickleball right away. That tells me like, oh yeah, I don't want to waste my time. I definitely want to go ahead and learn how to play pickleball better. And then it's with the top pros and his team of coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already in. Like you just established your credibility too.
So it's the
And this
outcome
is
and then what sets him apart, basically.
and then like this one, learn modern calligraphy the fun, easy way. Because calligraphy is not easy, first of
No.
all, in my head when I think about it. But if they're saying it's fun and the easy way, I definitely want to learn it the easy way versus the hard way, you know?
Right. I got chicken scratch. I don't know if I could even do that.
That's funny. And then, yeah, so one thing that I would say, and even though this is on the first page, I really like Nate Herc. He's one of my favorite school game winners because he
Hmm.
won all 4 quarters last year.
Yep.
But something that I think about when I come to these is I want to look at my about page and how it looks on desktop and on mobile, because if this is already cutting off on the desktop version, I would want to see where it cuts off as well for the mobile version, because they're not going to see this sentence. It almost like it doesn't do anything for you,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
Nate,
like
he's already crushing it on YouTube as far as like his funnel goes. Like, I'm not sure how much he's getting through Discovery right now. I'm sure him being the number 2, I'm sure he is getting some just because of that. So it may
oh
not
yeah, no,
matter
he's
as
getting a
much.
lot.
It may not matter as much for him because he's already like top dog. You know, like if you're fighting against those, you want to optimize it as best you can.
This is where I'm going to challenge you to go watch School News when it talks about Nate Hurt. Because before traffic sources came out, he's getting like a third of his community from School Discovery because he's ranking well. And that's
Right.
part of like why it's important, because if he's let's see. Let's go over to school games real quick.
He already did the work to rank high, and now because he's ranking high, he's getting lots from School Discovery.
Yes, let's go over to money. No, he's in tech. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's making 220,000 right now. So if you're thinking
Oh,
like a
that's
third of
wild.
this, a third of this is coming from School Discovery, then yeah, it does matter.
Yeah.
Because and that's where the whole tailwind, like they keep talking about a tailwind when they're talking about the traffic sources. It's do your best to get as much content out there and get a traffic source flowing in, because as you do that, it's only going to help you when you're into School Discovery.
Yeah.
So,
Because he's posting on YouTube almost every single day, very, very consistently. And yeah, that's what kind of got him there to begin with. And then now that he's there, it's just boosted because of School Discovery.
exactly. The other thing to think about is like your about page images or their videos, and then obviously about page copy that converts. So if school's going to be sending members via Discovery and stuff, you want to have all of these working for you. One of the things that I'm going to leave in the description of the what is school post for this today. Let's see. Let me refresh real quick. So in this post right here, I'll update it once this live is over. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop these resources because these are resources that Mark, who helps like influencers and stuff, do really well when they come to school. This is the resources that he gives them.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
you'll be able to see like how to set up your community. This is his recipe for a highly converting about page video. And he goes over all the details so that you're able to have everything you need. And then there's even one for like how to launch.
Yeah,
And it gives you examples of like what's working and how it worked.
that's awesome, man. He's the guy to listen to. I mean, it's literally coming basically from school. So,
Yeah. And then the last part is like the obvious part. You have to have a community where people feel like they belong, where they want to show up in.
right.
Something where they're going to be there and talking and being active so that when somebody finds you on Discovery, they join the community and they can already get a feel of what it's like and they know how to show up. Like they need that example.
Sounds
So
great. I love it.
definitely think that's an important one. But part of like when you want to get people to show up and everything, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Okay. Is getting people to just make a friend inside of their school. And for me, I think a big part of what made friends for inside when like I first joined was the fun side of insider jokes or things that like we got to connect on, you know?
Yeah, there's been so many inside jokes over the years.
Yeah. And so what are some insight like what makes a community actually want to have an inside joke? What
Well,
is
I
your
mean,
thoughts on that?
so an inside joke is created from shared experience. That's pretty much how you get it. I mean, there's lots of way that you can do it. Like you just have to be active in your school community, whether that's being in comments, making posts. I found one of the best ways to do it is actually just doing lives with your communities with calls, like regular calls, because the more you talk to these people, the more you will actually become friends with them. One of the inside jokes that I first remember that popped up was the soon gif. It's like a little puppet and it's with a little red ball and it says soon on it. And I don't remember the first person to do it. It might have been Bajan. And like he would comment that and then someone else would comment it and there would just be like 30 soons. And so that
Yeah.
quickly, and it was around the school games time. So there was a lot of hype at that time with Alex Ramosi coming in and it's like, oh, this is coming up soon. And so then people started making their own. Like I made this one. It's the little puppet guy on the Alex Ramosi's $100 million offers. And it's been one of those things that just kind of stuck around. And it just helps. I don't know. You might even say it like helps keep people from leaving just because,
Yeah.
you have this shared experience with them.
I think it also provides that sense of belonging because like when you have an inside joke and you're part of like the people that know about it, then of course it's going to make you feel like that's a space that you're meant to be in, you know?
Right.
I think there's also inside jokes that can be also rather than just funny. So maybe it's more like insider phrases or knowledge, but we had that one where we recognized when we weren't going outside or we weren't taking care of ourselves, we would feel like pretty womp womp, you
Well,
know?
we'd be on calls and we realized, why do you sound so down? Do a little bit of digging. Oh, you haven't drank water all day. You haven't got outside and been in the sun.
So we came up with that saying like treat yourself like a house plant, you
Right.
know, because you have to have like for a house plant you need to water it. It needs to have like good soil so it can be fed, and then also it needs sun.
It needs
You
sun.
have to have some sun in your life.
And so that kind of became a little inside joke between the people of your community. It's like, have you treated yourself like a houseplant today?
I still think that would be a really fun sort of like T-shirt to have. Like, are you treating yourself like a house plant or something like
Yeah.
that?
I love
And
it.
I think that's like that's probably a really good one for people to think about if they ever wanted to have exclusive merch for their community, is to sometimes like do it where it's an inside joke. So people are gonna look at it and be like, proud that they're part of that joke, you know?
Well, another thing that you can do is, I've seen this with someone at a community a while back, and I've seen a few others do it. Is part of their membership, you can actually give them a hat or like a shirt with the school's like name on it, and so when they'll get that, they can put on that hat every day, and they feel a part of it. And I found that with the communities that I've been in, if I've gotten like a piece of merch from them with like a hat, it's like I'm literally putting it on. I'm putting the community on, and it just helps get that connection. So I mean, even that, it's not an inside joke, but I mean, it's the little things like that that helps build connection in the community and keep people, helps with retention. I would think so. That's something that I plan on doing if I ever have like a premium or a high ticket. It's like you pay this amount, you get whatever, but then you also get a hat with my name with the school community's name on it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I've seen people do that also for closing people to join their communities too. Like if they, like, say Mikey's community where he goes live every day, and if he's pitching them at the end, it could be like the next 10 people that join, as long as it like covers the cost, but
Right.
I'll just message me your address and I'll send you a hat.
Yeah,
know?
and it wouldn't even necessarily have to be like a hat or something. Like I've seen some people do for like a content type community. You join right now, I'll send you like a mic, like a microphone, because to get you started on your journey. Like it's just little things like that that can actually help people get started, because you're kind of leaving them without an excuse. It's like, okay, well now you have everything you need. You've joined the community and you have your mic and you have whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Like you have everything you need to actually get started,
So yeah, merchandise or anything that you can do, it helps.
Let's see. One of the things that I was going to bring up, now I'm seeing one of the comments on because remember we said you can comment. Arden commented on our post that we should show the original pics for the morning show.
Oh Lord.
And I think that those are kind of cursed images to me.
They are a little bit. I don't think we're going to be showing those.
I don't know. If the people want to see one of the cursed images, here's what I mean by that. There is we were trying to figure out like this background for the school morning show, and we, instead of just like having our profile pictures up here, we were going to try to make it look like we were sitting at like a news desk or something.
Yeah, we tried.
And because I'm faceless and I'm only using this photo while I do this, we were trying to make a version of me to sit at this desk. And man, some of those images were scary. So if you are watching this and you make it to this point and you think that we should do what Arden says and share those with you, I'll go through a couple of them and see if I'm willing to share them.
I've got it ready whenever if they want us to show it, I'll show it.
Okay. Not today though. Let me look through them and let's agree to them, because some of them were truly cursed images, okay? That brings me to our breaking news for the day.
Breaking news.
What's the story behind Skool with a K? So yesterday, we had someone post, Peter, inside of Schoolers, asking, why did you go with the school spelling? Like, why is it school with a K versus the CH? And this was funny. Like, sometimes I just get, like, I've had too much coffee. And so, like, my answer was something like, because school is cool, and I spelled it with a K, right? And then one of the other moderators wrote, nobody likes going to school, Peter, with the CH, right?
Yeah.
Just so funny, because that's how it is, where school is built on fun. But there is like actually a story to it. I think Prince said that he believes it was said in a podcast that like the school with the CH was taken. But I think you had some lore that you found out on why it was spelled this way.
It seems like, if I'm remembering this correctly, that Sam saw there was a lot of like tech companies that had the double O. So there's like Google, Facebook, Zoom, Yahoo, Kool-Aid. There's just a lot that had the double O's, and there was something to it that he decided to go with the double O school with the K, just because it like looked more like Google and Yahoo, if I'm remembering correctly. And there might even be some kind of study behind it too. It's like the double O's helps with your sales or something.
That's funny. I that it makes sense because there's like we even have Zoom and Loom
Zoom,
and all
Loom.
these.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, the more you think about it, the more you can think of Fruit Loops.
True Fruit Loops. I haven't. All right, so now this is so ADHD of me, but Fruit Loops, there's not different flavors. They all taste the same. Is that right?
It's you may be correct. Actually, I'm gonna have to go. I actually have some Fruit Loops in the in my house right now. I'm gonna have to try that in just a second.
Yeah, you'll have to report back to us on the next morning
Yeah.
show on whether or not Fruit Loops have a different flavor or not.
Yeah. Hold on one second. I got another comment I want to put up on screen
Okay.
from Arton. He says it's what Eric said. Oh, I'm correct. And what Prince said. Sam mentioned it on his pod with Matthew Thompson. School was a few million. Oh, so if school was just really expensive. It wasn't that it was taken. It's just that, yeah, it's going to be a lot of out of pocket. So, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I think it ended up working out too because when you think about School with a K and you think about like if you go down the rabbit hole of like trying to know who Sam is and learn more about Sam, he just really likes this like rebel side of things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
When you have like the school cat that comes on screen and it's just like there's a rock star version and then he's part of like a guitar kind of like scream, I don't know, like heavy metal band or something. So if you think about Sam and you think about School with a K and you've gone down the lore of Sam Ovens, then you're like, yeah, that makes sense,
That
of
is
course
something
you'd
he
be
would
a
do.
little bit rebellious.
Yeah. And it's
So
pretty
it's pretty
simple. I
funny.
like that it's very simple.
And I think it's also helpful too because it stands out. Like if we're thinking about branding, School with the CH would have just blended in with all these other different school things.
The only
But when
annoying
you
thing
think about,
is that my autocorrect always changes it. That's annoying.
yeah, well, eventually your autocorrect will no longer spell school with a CH.
Right.
And or you'll go to like say like my sister-in-law will message me and I'll be like, "All right, I'm picking up my niece from school." And I put K and I'm like, "Wait a minute, sorry, I meant school, like her school, CH." And you're
Yeah.
explaining yourself all the time. It's pretty funny. So I think
Awesome.
that's it for today. Is there any other comments that we wanted to check out? I know we're mostly doing comments that are on
Let me
the
check the
actual
comments here.
post.
Let's see.
We're just in the beginning of this too.
Well, Victoria says that she also needs to treat herself like a houseplant, and I couldn't agree more.
True.
It's, when it's been wintertime like this, I can feel the vitamin D leaving my body. And so now that it's starting to warm up a little bit, when I go outside, it's like I could just feel the depression melting away. It's amazing.
And okay, I know this might be more woo woo or whatever people want to call it, but I love going outside barefoot, like actually touching the earth. For some reason, there's something about it that just makes you feel.
What do people call
Like
that?
you can-
Grounding?
Yeah, it's called grounding, and it just helps. Like sometimes if I'm on a call and I have to help like multiple people at the same time, I have to walk while I talk. And I'll go outside barefoot and obviously my kid loves it because then he gets to go outside too.
Yeah.
And then we'll just continue walking and it helps me like stay focused.
Oh, what is this comment? Does
Does
Jenna
Jenna
have
have
any proof that she actually goes outside? I don't think so.
It's hard when you're faceless, Arton. When you don't go on camera. We did have a community for a while called Outside, and we'd share pictures and stuff of us going outside. I'm actually going to throw that back on you. Arton, do you have any proof that you go outside?
That's true. I've never seen art outside either. So really, there's no proof that actually there is proof that I go outside because I do take lots of videos outside. So yeah.
In fact, like in your traffic community,
Hmm.
you shared a video and you were talking about like this is sort of meta, but like the reason we're doing the school morning show is like it makes us go daily live with our people, right? And
Yeah.
there's things that we can talk about. We're going to be talking anyways. And then
Right.
you went in more details of like traffic and content creation and all of that. And you were outside in your car making that video, which is so cool. I think people need to realize you can make like wherever you are. Like you had sunglasses on and you were just
Hmm.
it's like you can see the kids' car seat in the back and all of that.
Yeah. I think people
And
overcomplicate it.
yeah, it doesn't need to have to be. Uh, in my old touch grass pick in Schoolers, man. Oh yeah, that's true. There is a time. Okay, it's not actually in Schoolers. It is in Schoolers now. But back when there was school community and school games, there I remember we were on a call and Arton was I don't know. He was being sassy, and I said, "I'm going to call you out in school games that you need to touch grass and tag Kirby or something." And so, like, he ended up doing that. We'll have to go find that sometime and throw
I
it
had
up on
forgot that
screen.
was even a thing. That's good times.
What?
The whole
What
like
was the thing?
there was a fun category in school back
Hmm.
once upon a time, and yeah, I missed that.
There is a fun category still.
No,
Have
there's
you not seen it?
not. There's no
Yes,
fun in
there
schoolers.
is.
It's not fun at all.
Excuse me. Whatever. There is. That's where the school thing came from. In fact, one of the things that I really like that Schoolers does, and yes, I'm very biased because I work for Schoolers, but we have it where people can only post in discussions. So, can I drop some lore about why there's only one category to post in?
I mean, today is School Lore Friday, so please.
Okay. So, this is like from my understanding, there might be even more reasons or like a more specific reason, but there was a time where there was like categories for like bug reports, right?
Hmm. Yes.
People would just post random things and then put bug reports because they were all trying to be funny. And so when like the school developers, the engineers and all of that, they're trying to like see if there's an actual school bug. It would be like school bug report, so and so is a bug or and it's like
Yeah,
what in the world?
I do remember that.
So it was just like randomness and or if somebody couldn't figure out what kind of category to put it in, then you would just get like a feature request, but it was not a feature request. It was more of them just like sharing something that they're going to do in their school.
Hmm.
So now it's everybody posts in discussion and behind the scenes, the whole team, like the moderator team, we have to agree before it gets moved to a gym or before it gets moved to fun. Like there's more than one person that has to agree for a category change for a post.
Nice.
So it means like if there's a gym, it means that there's more than one person that looked at it and said, yes, this meets everything that we believe is a gym post, and that gym is something that we would want more people to do. We think it's information that helps all schoolers. And then the fun ones can be like just school lore, or it can be right after like a funny moment on school news. Somebody posts something funny, or someone goes and it's does an in real life event. A lot of times you'll see the in real life event pictures up there.
Yes.
There's one that we have to share, and I know school's a private community, but we're gonna share it anyways
Okay.
because I want to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share screen again real quick
All right.
because this one cracked me up. Okay, let's see. One second, I have to switch things around real quick. Do do do.
And there's like almost 200,000 people in school, so I can definitely understand. It takes a lot of you guys, and there's a lot of different, moderation that you'll have to do. That's I do not envy you whatsoever.
Yes. So this is so funny. This was after a school news. It says idle hands are the devil's workshop. Me with idle hands. And he just took like a thing and made a school gif out of
That's awesome.
Kirby just shaking his Waterloo. And look, it's a Waterloo. It's not a LaCroix.
I know. I am upset about that. I'm not gonna get on the Waterloo train just yet.
Okay.
I'm a LaCroix boy.
But yeah, I thought that was so funny. And see, that's why, like, this is what the fun category is for. It's for
Yeah.
creating those school insider jokes, you know?
Yeah, and you can do that in your own community, like as well. Like I've started creating, you say gifs, but I say gifs of myself, just for fun, just because I feel like it just adds to the silliness of it, you know.
Yes. And that's like, I don't know. I have to call it, it's GIFs for me. I
Well,
know
I
that some
disagree.
people are like, yeah, it's a GIF. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just be wrong forever. I'm okay with that.
Well, all
all
right,
right.
y'all.
Well,
This has been fun. Remember,
it
y'all.
has been fun.
What do we
Thank you
remember?
guys for showing up. What?
We have to tell them to remember something.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. We'll be more professional. Oh, yes. Treat yourself like a houseplant. Please
Yeah.
go outside. Please.
Drink water.
Drink water. Take care of yourself. You are the business. Remember, there's not going to be a business if you're not there, you know?
Yep.
And so make sure you're treating yourself like a houseplant and then go have fun. Relax. It doesn't have to be so serious.
Bye.
Bye.